All right, guys, we're back. Got Cali. We're gonna make another move here, new spot for her. Gonna do kind of the same things that we've been doing. You can tell again, it's getting late in the afternoon. Awful hot again today. It's in the 70s. Kayden's got the shorts going today, so it's a warm one. And I moved out here for two reasons. I think it's time for us to find another location. We've had some really nice sessions over by the horse pasture using that straight edge fence. We'll go back to there because I think what we'll do is we'll end up going back to it as we scale and make things bigger, longer runs. We'll use it to help us with that. But for now, I want to move away from the straight edge, the ruler, if you will, and make it a little bit less formal. So I come back here. This offers us a whole different type of environment. There still are some straight edges, and this is the thing that you got to pay attention to, and you can kind of figure out where you train and how you train, how to use some of this stuff to your advantage. So there's a tree line. There's some separation in the beans to what was turnips and radishes and a brassica food plot. There's another strip there that there's an old bank that's dug out. There's a pond edge here. So there's like different straight lines that are not necessarily as clean and clear as that fence line was, but they definitely are physical barriers that are gonna help her. And so we're gonna start out with using them as a little bit rougher straight edge, and then we're gonna slowly do what we did yesterday where we kind of move away from the edge and get her back into more open space. And the whole idea for me right now, the whole idea with this transitional progression is to make sure that we don't sacrifice crispness. Like I really like the improvement that I've seen with her coming out, firing out of that remote sit facing me position. Today, I think the other thing I'm going to include or incorporate a little bit is some back work. We're going to use back a little more. We've been focusing on rights and lefts because that's been our struggle. We've been stopping the recalls in the backs because that was the part that was kind of getting in the way, that kind of created this issue to start with. So we're gonna work on that. So I'm gonna start her here. Now, the other thing is very different here is terrain. Like this is a little dip, there's elevation change. So it's a more challenging setup because it's not as templated out. It's not as like scripted for her. So there's some rocks here that will probably throw a loop into it. Those are gonna look like dummies. Now, we're still gonna use a bright white dummy. I'm gonna pitch that there, heel. And so we're gonna set this up to be similar to what we had been doing. But let's just change it up a little bit. Let's add some layers. And I don't necessarily have a real set. I want to do this, and this. I'm going to set this up and see how it goes. And if we have some problems, I'll simplify it. And if she does well, we may challenge a little bit more. So you'll notice what I did here. I took her all the way to the edge of the pond. So as I look here, if we had a drone and we were looking here, there's like a cross. But right now she's at the inside corner of the pond. So the pond is going to act as a little bit of a straight edge. It's not a super straight edge. There's a few rocks that look a lot like the dummy in between here and there. So she's got to run through. She's got to trust that idea of when I cast her to the left, I should turn 90 degrees and go. Not come forward, not fade, not hunt short. It's turn and go. And the thing that's added to this is as she looks over here, it's not like that straight line projects beyond. So eventually I'm going to send her that way. We're going to see there's no help. She has no straight edge to go that way, but let's get there slowly and gradually. So you just saw me waving my hands around. Again, I like doing that because I don't have dogs that are jumpy. I don't want dogs that we set these drills up, we make one movement and then we send every single time, because what ends up happening is the dog starts to anticipate and jump the gun on you, and we don't want them guessing. We don't want them, it's essentially kind of being unsteady. Get out. Good. Now, if you notice that what she did there, she did her old habit. Good. Good. Not going to get on her about it. came to me. She didn't turn and go the way we want her to. As soon as we took away the edge, as soon as we made it a little bit tougher for her, she struggled with it. So I'm going to adjust my setup. I thought I saw something on the ground here. I'm going to adjust my setup. Let's make that easier. I don't want to keep going until she's able to turn and make a really crisp firing out. So I backed her up a little bit closer to the pond. I shortened everything up. We just made this a lot easier for her. Get out. Good girl. There's a good dog. Exactly what we wanted. Good. All the reason is the change in our setup. Good. Good. Did. Good. 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 Heel. Heel. Let's come here to the center. Sit. Good. Now we gave her a choice. She looked at the last dummy, she looked at the first dummy. Good. Get out. Good dog. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. Now you're going to notice everything's been to the left. Everything's been to the left. Everything's been to the left. Heel. Let's see if we can't get... We're going to change things here. And this is kind of what we did the first time that she didn't do so well. The first time I had her set up on that corner, she faded to me and then went back. Part of it was, as you stand here and look at it, you can see if she had come straight, if she had fired out 90 degrees, she'd have gone down and up. And what did she do? She went up and around that dip. So she used the contour and she just stayed high the whole time. And then she came back high. So this time, when we did it that way, she came away from the pond. She came to me. She's got all the ground in the world to come to me. This time, I've got a dummy out there. It's a bit of a memory because it's been there a while. But look at where, if she were to come to me and fade this way, what is going to happen? She's going to be in the pond. So I just flipped it around and used the pond to my advantage now instead of having her have the ability to fade away. So now I'm going to send her back. It's a longer one and she's got to go down. And if she fades this time and goes around it, it's the opposite of what her tendency has been. I don't think she'll do that, but we'll find out. Will she remember that dummy is the question. You see how she's leaning the opposite way and looking the opposite way. There's no dummy over there. If she makes the wrong decision, there's nothing to be rewarded over there with. Get out. Good. Good. Good girl. Exactly what we wanted. Good dog. Good dog. Right here. Hold. Good. Good. Did. Good girl. So there's the advantage, the use of the pond to help us that time. Watch. Here. Get out. Good dog. There's a good girl. Good decision. Good dog. Good girl. Very good. That one could have been, you know, that one was, we sent her out into the open. Good. And she took a really nice cast for it. Now, heel. Let's flip this around. And where do we find ourselves? Right back in the beginning. Let's see how she does on this one. Get out. See how she cheats that? Good girl, come on. There's a good dog. Good dog. Good. So I actually think that after seeing how she did that, I actually think that it's the contour more than anything. It's not so much the habit of coming back. I think she's turning and following the contour. Doesn't want to go down in the hole. Not necessarily making it right, but it's the reasoning behind it. I think a lot of times you got to think about, like, why are they doing certain things? I don't think it necessarily was because she had the habit of coming back. I think it was because she'd rather run the edge and stay high than dip down for whatever reason. Good. Good. Sit. This time, you put the dummy in the low spot. She doesn't have an option. Good. Good, heel. So now we'll kind of get a feel for if that is the reason or not. Both times we did this, the dummy was on the other side, which was up on the high. It might not be as easy to see on the camera, but now it's down in the hole. So now if she wants to stay up high, she's gonna have to come up high, and it's gonna be real wasted effort to get back down there. Let's see how she does on this. And she's facing the opposite way, so all the more reason she's got to be true here. Get out. Good. Didn't pay attention. Here. Here. Did not pay attention. So that was kind of a combination of things there. I think it was a couple things. I think it was her not paying attention. Here. I think it was also, she got kind of caught up in that idea of coming up the bank. She dipped down, ran right past it. Get out. Good dog. Perfect. Good girl. Good dog. Good girl. A lot more. You hear me reward a little bit verbally. Good. Good. Compared to that dismal last one. Good. Where you didn't hear me hardly respond to her when she picked it. Very little. Good. Good. Sit. Sit. Now, will she trust me? Will she trust the left-handed cast? There's the dummy to the right. She just picked that one up. We're going to stop her in line with those two dummies and send her to the left. It's a dummy that's been there a little while. I don't know if she remembers it. She's not picked one up there yet. When she gets to the point where I stop her, it's going to be over the crest of the hill a little bit, so if she looks, I don't know that she'll even see it. She knows that dummy's there. She can see it and the wind's blowing to it, from it to her. Come on, come on. Get out. There's confusion. You're all right. You're all right. Come on, right here. There's exactly, I don't mind that at all. Come on, come on. Don't give up. No, you're fine. You're fine. Get out. Good dog. Good dog. That's a good girl. Look at the tail. Good girl. She goes, oh man, I'm really sorry about that last one. Good. Good dog. That's very good. That's very good. Good girl. Sit. Good dog. Let's do that one more time. One more time and I'm going to be done handling for right now. Dummy goes out. Same spot. She just picked it up. She's pretty proud of that. We're going to recall her to us and we're going to go back to the left to the old memory. Come on. That's a good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get out. Good dog. Good girl. That's it. Come on. That's a good dog. Very good. Very good. We'll be done with that. Good dog. Good girl. I don't need to go anymore. I think we got enough little technical things in there for her to gain from it. I'm going to put her on sit. I'm going to go pick this one up. And then I'm going to bring her down here and I'm going to put, I've not made a retrieve with her in the water because I got her in the middle of the winter and it was ice. Come on, good. So we're going to give her a chance to cool herself a little bit. Water's still pretty cold. And so I'm always a little hesitant. I don't know how much water she has had experience-wise. So I'm going to wade in with her. And if we don't see any issue, now I have seen her go in the water now that I think about it. I've seen her go in ponds on walks and stuff. There. So there's really no issue. I want her to go willingly. Let her cool off a little bit. It is cold, so I won't do much in here. Good girl. Good dog. All right, here, come here. So she just answered that for me. Good, come here. But one thing I'm going to do here is we're just going to see how good her hold is coming out of the water. This is something that people run into a lot of issues with, I see. Sit. She really perked up for this one. She goes, man, in the water? What we don't want is the dog coming out and shaking and dropping the dummy. So as she comes back, we're going to meet her and make sure that that doesn't happen. Cali, go back. Good girl. Really, this is the first time I've made a retrieve with her on the water. Good. So we're going to remind her to hold as she comes out. Good girl. Good girl. Hold, hold, hold. Do not let them shake. Hold, because what they're going to do is spit the dummy. Hold. Good. Good. So we can start out right at the shore. We can slowly back up from the shore when she comes out, but we got to be sure that she's not spitting dummies because we don't want that habit to come up and spit a dummy and shake, or shake with the dummy in the mouth, because chances are it's going to go flying. She can shake. Go ahead. Shake off. Shake off. Go ahead. Go ahead. And now she's gonna. Good girl. I'd rather have her shaking out there than in front. It's another reason why I like a front delivery instead of a side. Let them shake out in front instead of shaking right next to me. Good girl. That's cold enough water that one is good. Good girl. And it also probably gets her feeling pretty good. I love how excited she got with the dummy in the water. That was real positive for her, and that's important for lots of reasons, especially if you're going to have a gun dog. But in the summertime, there'll be a point where we really have to rely on some water work just to get conditioning, physical conditioning in, because it's going to be too hot, and the best way to cool them off and keep them exercised and keep them lean is going to be swimming. So that's it. That's a good session. Like I said, we built off of some of the stuff we've done the last few days. You can see her. I can see some of the light bulbs clicking in her body language, where I feel like I'm feeling more confident with a handle to her. I need to know what to expect. And so when we get into the point where we're maybe at greater distances, more complexity, making retrieves and some more advanced, like natural type hunting drills, I really need to know, I want to know prior to asking her to handle, know what's coming. So with Caden Sneeze, we'll sign off. Appreciate you guys following. If you would, make sure, if you like these, if you do us a favor, hit the subscribe button on YouTube here, and turn the notifications on. Appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us with these series. So thank you for that.